All right. I'm sorry. I gotta start this video off without laughing. Let's go ahead and listen up to our boy, Frank Pollack, talk about the offensive line problems. Oh, lordy. So, yeah, he's talking about the problems at right tackle. Shout out to Michael on Twitter for posting this. I'm sorry. It is so hilarious. It's comical to listen to Frank Pollack talk about the offensive line problems. And I'm like, buddy, think you might be the first one.
Still excited about this coming season, and like always, you know, there's stuff to work on and get better at. It's still life.
I couldn't agree more. I'm also excited for this season, and there's things that we could work on and get better at. You know, just some things.
Life of an NFL coach and player.
How has it been for the last couple of years, knowing like you guys have kind of had a revolving door at right tackle, and you're pretty much headed in that direction with Jonah probably going to be a free agent? How do you feel about having to reassess that position every year? What have you learned, and how do you feel about going into that situation again this year again?
I mean, it's not ideal. Obviously, you'd love to have had a guy that you can plug in 2 or 3 years ago that you knew was going to be there for the next 10 years. But that's, again, part of the business, part of the league. It's something that if you sign an older guy, you're hoping to find a young guy to step up and develop as well. So I think we're looking at all those options, and we'll see where this league offseason takes us.
See, listen, okay? Here's how I would answer that question. It's unacceptable for us to have a revolving door at right tackle, which is one of the most important positions on the offensive line outside left tackle. It's one of the most important positions. It's unacceptable that we have not figured out how to figure that position out to protect our quarterback who's making $275 million. It's not ideal, or we got to work on it. No, it needs to be fixed. See, this is... I wouldn't say it like it's not ideal, Frank. It's beyond not ideal to say that a right tackle position being a revolving door, changing right tackle, trying to figure out right tackle, we haven't figured it out. There's a problem, and it needs to be fixed. And I know he said about like having an older guy gives you a chance to draft a younger guy, but we didn't draft a younger guy. And the older guy, Jonah's really not that old. He's really not. He's on the 4th year of his rookie contract. And other than that, I mean, Collins? But then we cut Collins. And again, the job of the offensive line coach is to help develop the young right tackle on the team. That's the job. Your job is to develop him, to help develop him. Okay, I'm going to chill because this video is going to become me screaming into a camera for 6 hours if I don't chill.
Hard for it is it to get a plug-and-play rookie at a tackle spot starting right away, regardless of where you pick him, even if it is early?
Yeah, I think it's hard regardless of his position. I mean, it's just in the NFL. It's an adjustment. I mean, obviously, you get a guy somewhere in the top 10. You're hoping it's going to be a lot smoother transition. But I've heard debates say after the 12th pick of the draft, I mean, what's the difference between 13 and 32? It's kind of that demarcation line, if you will, of guys who are, have a more smoother transition in regards to position. But yeah, no, it's not a walk in the park for sure.
Wait, what? What's the difference between 13 and 32? The skill level and how polished of a product they are. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's ever easy for a player to go from college to the NFL. It's not. But, like, for example, J.C. Latham from Alabama, he's very polished. He has played in Alabama system for 4 years. Alabama system can be looked at as an NFL system. They use their guys like they're NFL players. So to say, I would say depending on how I would answer this one is depending on the player, depends on how easy they can transition. Some players are, again, more projects and are going to take some time because it's not as polished to go from college to the NFL. But other players are ready to go because they either have played at a very high level in college and they're very great, which is why they're picked 13 and not 32, Frank. There's a reason why a player is not here and here. I would say outside the top 10, you never know what's going to happen. But to say that the player from 13 to 32 is the exact same, player pretty much, I think that's completely wrong. I will say, though, to the value of, again, the transitioning from the NFL or college to the NFL, it really comes down to that said player. So how I would answer this is every player is different, not the way he answered. Just let me play the rest.
Have you ever had a rookie tackle on opening day?
Dwayne Brown, when I was in Houston years ago, comes to mind. Rookie tackles, Becton. Yep.
He started the opener.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess it just doesn't happen a lot, though, right?
I mean, you guys are probably know more than me. You guys seem to be all over those types of stats. That's something I study. So, but no, it's not impossible, but it's not easy. It's everything else we do in this business. So.
That's the problem, Frank. That's the problem. You hit the nail on the hammer. The $1 million statement. You guys probably know more than me. Frank, I think that's the realest you ever said in your life, buddy. I think that's the realest statement you ever said in your life. You probably know more than me. Yeah, I think a lot of people do, Frank. Listen, I'm not trying to sit here and hate on Frank Pollack this whole entire video. I know it seems like that, and it is like that. But listen, okay? I want my quarterback protected. And everyone who wants to protect my quarterback and have his best interest at heart, I'm going to be very pro that person. Right? Very simple. Very easy. When we have someone who isn't helping to protect my quarterback, I'm going to have a problem with that individual and believe that somebody else should come in to take that individual's job and figure something out. It's not ideal that we don't have a right tackle that's good, or that we don't have a right tackle figured out. It's not ideal. You don't say that. You say it is awful. We don't have it. It's unacceptable. We have to figure it out. It's just it's the nonchalant about it. Like, if this is my job as an offensive line coach, and you're telling me that as an offensive line coach, hey man, what's going on with the right tackle position? Like, you guys can't figure it out. That's my job, to make sure the right tackle position is running smoothly. My job is to make sure the offensive line is running smoothly. I can't pick the players, obviously. Frank can't pick the players. That goes down to Coach Taylor, Duke Tobin, Katie Blackburn. That goes down to all the higher-ups. But his job is to make what he has work. Okay, we got through a Frank Pollack video. Let's go. See you guys next one. Peace.